Astrology versus astronomy. The truth under the truth. Most people think astrology is wrong and astronomy is right. That's shallow. The real truth is darker. Astrology is not false because it's inaccurate. It's deceptive because it hijacks a real human function and redirects it. The function astrology parasitizes. Humans evolved with one critical ability: pattern detection under uncertainty. This is older than language, older than religion, older than science. It kept us alive. See pattern, infer, meaning, act. Astrology exploits this system without grounding it in reality. It gives the brain patterns, cycles, symbols, but removes causation, verification, correction. That is not ignorance. That is structural deception. The word logos is the key most people miss. Astrology uses logia, not logos. This matters. Logos equals reason, structure, causal coherence. Logia equals discourse, narration, saying things about. Astrology is not broken science. It is pre-scientific narrative cognition pretending to be knowledge. It speaks about the stars, without submitting to what the stars are. This is the same cognitive error behind conspiracy thinking, pseudoscience, ideological possession, myth as fact, different surface, same mental structure. Why astrology feels deeply true. Here's the part no one tells you. Astrology works emotionally because it bypasses the rational mind entirely. It speaks directly to identity, uncertainty, anxiety, ego, belonging. It never asks, is this true? It asks, does this resonate? Resonance is not truth. Resonance is neural familiarity. Your brain confuses, I recognize myself in this, with this explains reality. That confusion is the exploit. The actual deception, this is the core. Astrology commits one unforgivable move. It inverts causality. Instead of reality, evidence, conclusion, it does conclusion, narrative, selective evidence. That is not a mistake. That is belief engineering. Once you accept that structure, it doesn't stop at stars. It spreads. The uncomfortable comparison. Astrology and totalitarian ideologies use the same cognitive scaffold. Identity first. Explanation second. Evidence last. Contradiction reframed as misunderstanding. That's why astrology resists falsification. Not because it's mysterious, but because it cannot survive contact with reality. Why astronomy had to kill astrology. Astronomy didn't disprove astrology. It made it unnecessary. Astronomy introduced something astrology cannot tolerate: error correction. In astronomy, if you're wrong, your prediction fails. If it fails, you discard the model. If you don't discard it, spacecraft crash. Reality enforces humility. Astrology has no such constraint. It cannot be wrong, because it never risks being precise. The truth about meaning. People say, astronomy has facts, astrology has meaning. That's the lie. Meaning that ignores reality is not meaning. It's anesthesia. Real meaning emerges from constraint, limitation, truth, mortality. Astrology offers meaning without cost. That's why it's addictive. The deepest layer, most people never see this. Astrology trains the mind to externalize self-knowledge. Instead of introspection, self-confrontation, responsibility, growth, you get labels, excuses, cosmic alibis. I am this way because of the stars. That sentence is subtle surrender. Why this matters now. Astrology is not dangerous on its own. It's dangerous because it prepares the mind for manipulation. If you accept a vague authority, unfalsifiable claims, identity-based explanations, then when algorithms profile you, narratives target you, systems predict you, your mind is already trained to comply. Astrology is not about stars. It's about teaching people to accept explanations that feel right instead of ones that are true. The final truth. Astronomy removes the human from the center. Astrology puts the human back in, without justification. One disciplines the mind. The other flatters it. One demands submission to reality. The other offers comfort in illusion. And here is the line most people will never cross. Anything that trains you to confuse meaning with truth will eventually be used to control you. That's not philosophy. That's history. If this unlocked something you've never heard said this clearly, share it, because clarity spreads slower than illusion. If you want more truth beneath the surface of words, systems, and beliefs, subscribe to Word Mystery. And if this made you uncomfortable, good. That means your mind is still yours.